Hello and welcome back to Coastal Zone Championship Wrestling with TEW 9 here on Spike Piledriver. My name's Anders and welcome to today's show. In this episode we're going to go through the Vendetta event. We're going to book it and run it and see what's happening. It's our second show of the save and we've got some fallout from the last show as well to go through as we set up the card. You will have seen the card been posted on the community page and on the Grey Dog forum, so we'll get straight into things. Some things that have happened that weren't covered in the last episode, so company relationships. We have been basically given the developmental contract with Empresa Internacional de Lucha Libre from Mexico. We haven't actually had any new workers come in on development deals yet, but that is something we can look out for in the future. It does mean we have relationships with pretty much every company in Mexico, which is good for a company that's close to the Mexican border. So we will eventually start using some of these relationships we've got with EMLL, CILL, and obviously the new one with EILL. We've also got relationships with IPW and Mid-Atlantic as well, but they, I think, are both members of the Confederation of the Territories, which obviously we are as well, which we're going to actually use the title in today's episode as well. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to go through Vendetta now. We've pre-booked a load of things as well, but we're going to go through, set the show up, because we didn't do that in the last episode, and book the card as well, add some angles in, and get through the show. We're not going to give anyone the night off, because anyone who's not on the main card gets chucked on the pre-show. We're going to go to Anaheim. That's what the game is suggesting for tonight's venue. Fine, that's okay. Broadcasters, again, this is just going to be using WrestleWorld, because they are our only broadcaster. It's a very small internet subscription service, on demand, basically everything in there. Use that selection. Yes. Okay. So the show will be on WrestleWorld. Booking team. I didn't mention, actually, let's have the booking team. I've added the Guru to the booking team as well. Let's see if he helps with booking. Because this creative idea that Fox Mask, my character, came up with last show wasn't particularly good and didn't work. So we've got plenty of stored creative energy to use. We're going to use that today on an angle idea, I believe. I've got an idea. Let's use it. It's a big gamble, no restrictions. So we'll see how it gets on. I'm going to use that in one of our angles that we're going to book for tonight's show. But that's used 40 creative energy, so we should still have about 50 left. Locker room incidents. This is where hopefully our head of talent relations comes into his fore. Blue Dragon has turned up and requested they be allowed to hang out backstage. Yeah, he's got no problem. I've got no problem with that. I mean, does he want to work or is he just going to hang around? Okay, sure, no problem. Crack on. Fox Mask 2, entertaining with a poker tournament. Excellent, well done, good for you. Yeah, fine. Great. Bullseye and Altitude getting into a bit of a fight over a rental car. Pee-wee's giving them a stern warning. Well, giving Bullseye a stern warning. Incident, small positive impact on him. Morale boost. Brilliant. Frankie Boy Fernandez is trying to bring Eureka LaBelle into some backstage team bonding, but only annoyed him. Never mind. We're trying. Altitude then got into it. Altitude's not having a good day. Getting annoyed with Frankie Boy Fernandez. Never mind. We'll work through this. American Flash. He is... Oh, okay. He's been talking to Robbie Apex, influencing his behaviour. That's a positive. Mask Cougar's actually here. He's not in Japan, so he's helping train 5 students of Kirale, Eri Sire, and Juliet Balconi, who's back as well. Ellie DeGrazia and Amy St. James. That's good. Well done, Mask Cougar. Similarly, Frankie Boy Fernandez has been helping out 8 people as well on their basics and safety. Nice, relatively straightforward backstage. I don't really... We'll address... We'll inspire them. Should we inspire them? No? There's nothing else to... We'll do with that. We'll go inspire. 60-day waiting period. Okay, that should give us enough time to inspire again by the end. The locker room is buzzing and fired up. So we'll be able to do that again before our season finale, which is good. Pre-show complete. Let's get into things. We've got 8 segments, 8 matches booked on the card tonight. We're also going to have a couple of angles as well. Backstage, pre-taped angles, though. We're not making the same mistake as last time. And that is what we're going to do first off. We're going to add an angle. And we're going to go through the quick angle adder because that's just easy that way. Backstage, interview. That is what we're going to do. So, interviewee, we're going to have Frankie Boy Fernandez. being interviewed by the Guru, as we did last time. And he's going to be talking about Frankie Perez. And we're going to have Frankie on Frankie. Excellent naming. We're going to call it just a couple of minutes, so maybe we'll go 3 minutes for that one. Fill-in angle. Yeah. I'll write up the segment output. Not on screen. You can watch it in the next one, but for now, we'll add that in here. We'll do the road agent notes of the angle idea. A big gamble. We'll stick that on. Excellent. Brilliant. I'll come back and write the segment output in a minute, so you can see that on there. That's one angle. I also want to do another angle where the guy who was basically screwed out of a title match last time around, Miguel Rivera, also being interviewed by the Guru. He's going to lay a challenge out to the winner of the Frankie on Frankie match, because he should have faced Frankie Perez last time around. Rivera makes challenge. We're going to cut that again, backstage interview, 2 minutes. He's basically not happy that he missed out on a title match for the COT title, and now he's not going to have a title match tonight either, so he's just not very happy. Again, we'll add in the segment output, and we'll make it, in fact, we need to make it pre-taped. We need to make the other one pre-taped as well. Yes, save that. We'll go back in here and make that pre-taped. And save details. Content type, what does that do? Okay. Just generic, that's fine. Okay, we're not going to go into too much detail on the angles. And we also need to make one more angle as well. This one, again through a quick ad, should be backstage contract signing, because we're going to have the winners of the tag team match last time, the four-ways match last time, the first team that have won. So that was Bullseye and Waylon Walls. If I can type a W. There we go. They're getting their title match against Chet Chavez and Simon Waves tonight. The other winners will get them in the next show. So they'll face the winners of this one in here. Just to, there we go. Tag, oh my, hit, tag, there we go. Hit caps lock. There we go. Not going to do too much. And we'll again have the Guru, because he's just, why not? We'll stick him in everywhere. Yes, fill that in. We don't want it live. We want it pre-taped. It's an angle. There we go. Backstage. Any other options? No, just backstage. Right. Save details. Excellent. Again, we'll write the segment output later on. So there are 3 angles. Now we're just going to go through the pre-booking and add on all the matches that we've pre-booked. I'm not going to, well, I'll just add on the main event. Why not, whilst we're here? So Frankie Perez, Frankie Boy Fernandez, add to booking sheet. Again, we need to add the title in. I need to actually, before we do that, cancel, go to alliances. Where is alliances? Alliance titles here. We want to borrow the COT World title, because that's going to be part of our main event. Title for title, main event. There we go. I mean, what's the borrowing cost? No cost, because Frankie Perez is already on our roster. Excellent. So we borrow the title for tonight. Now we can go back in to pre-booking and add that title for title match into the booking sheet and make sure we select both titles here. There we go, COT World title on there, along with the Coastal Zone Championship. Ignore what it says over here about Victor and whatnot, because we'll see that later. But that is our main event, title for title match booked, and we'll actually make it the main event as well. Let's move it to them. There we go. So I'll go through now and add the descriptions for the angles, add the rest of the matches that we've pre-booked, and we'll be back with the show in a couple of seconds for you, minutes for me. See you in a sec. And we're back, right, the Vendetta pre-show. We're in front of 2,000 people in Anaheim, actually. That's more than last time out, 3 weeks ago. But the Vendetta pre-show sees Zell Quinn get a victory with his magic trick, designed to work the crowd, 38 segment rating, 48 wrestling. He was off his game, but he still put in a good performance and got the victory in the opener on the pre-show. And then the Chuck Everyone Else Who's Not on the Card match was a 5 vs 5 tag team contest. And Miguel Rivera, obviously we're keeping him strong. He won for his team. Got the shot in the dark on Fox Max 2. Crowd was not bothered by it whatsoever, but the wrestling was decent. Segment rating, again, 48. Not a bad start to the pre-show. Fox Max 2 was off his game, but everyone else put in a proper solid performance. Now we're going to get into the actual show, and we're going to open up again with an altitude match with Gonna use him as our little prep project, despite the fact he's creating a few issues backstage. We'll see how we get on. But he was kind of overshadowed by his opponent, Viento Negro, today. But he's still got the victory with his 720-degree splash. Segment rating of 34. Crowd kind of put off by it a little bit. But the wrestling was decent at 31. We'll see how we can get on. We might have to can Altitude in the future and start with someone else. But he is our current pet project to try and work his way up the card. Maybe in about a year's time he'll be somewhere near the Extreme title. But we'll see as we go through the show. Then we're going to have our first angle of the night. Again, Chet Chavez and Will Arrow, an awkward pairing. We might just want to slap that one off a little bit. But the Guru hosted backstage. And after winning one of the 4-way #1 contenders matches at Revolution, the Gangster Nation won the coin toss and will face the Beach Boys for the tag titles tonight. They sign in the contract right now, and the winners will face Thunderstruck at Uprising later on in the month. So that is a 33 rating, not a bad angle. I made it not improvised, scripted. That's the word. So because last time out we had some of these guys in an angle and they were improvised, and it went down like a lead balloon. This one's gone a little bit better though, 33. And then we go into our first tag match of the night. The Wildcats ticking over with a victory over the Inner City Express. This one actually was incredibly good in the ring. 60 rating for the wrestling and a 63 overall. A great showing from both teams. I like the Inner City Express. I think they've got a lot of upside. Wildcats are obviously one of our stronger teams as well. They're going to get into the tag title hunt at some point. So victory here helps them out in that one. Tiger Savage, that guy. Tigra. He got the victory with his suplex. There we go. Next up, a 3-way match. This one possibly having future implications on the Extreme title because they're all sort of in the mid-card. Kira Lee getting the victory over Huda Ask with a flying knee strike. Again, a 63 rating for this one. Great in-ring. Even if Johnny Perez was the weak link, he still put in a good performance, keeping the show ticking over with a white-hot crowd right now. This is going to be... This is... If our undercard is performing like this, we're going to have a good future. Right, next up, an angle. Miguel Rivera needed a script. Never mind. Didn't help. He's upset with his title opportunity being missed out of Revolution, and then he's overlooked completely tonight. So he's laying down the challenge to whoever wins the double title match tonight. The Coastal Zone, COT, double champion. He wants them at Uprising. Basically, this is a bit of a make-do because he kind of was supposed to just be a nothing challenger for Frankie Perez in the first show, and then Frankie was in Japan and he's kind of missed out. So we're rolling with it. We're rolling with the punches, but a 26 rating for this angle is not great. It's brought the crowd down a little bit. He needs a script going forward. Then we've got American Flash and California Love Machine in a bit of a make-do team, beating the Apex Twins nice and easily. American Flash once again showing how good he is in the ring with a 72 performance, bringing the wrestling rating up to 50, even outshining California Love Machine as one of our main stars as well. So American Flash laying his flag down in the sand, or some beach reference here, because he's going to be one for a title shot in the future, no doubt, with performances like that. Far too short, though, for an important match. I didn't think this was that an important match because it got the Apex Twins in. But duly noted, fans, sorry. Next up, again, this one's a little bit too short, but it's okay because I think it's because it's got Masked Cougar, and this is the 3-way for the Extreme title. So Carlos Barrera once again making a defense, beating Eureka LaBelle with a Curb Your Enthusiasm. Masked Cougar being involved has obviously made the fans think it's an important match, so it needed to be longer. So it's been dinged a little bit, but still 64 rating, which I believe is match of the night so far. Hopefully won't be match of the night by the time we get to the end of the night. But Carlos Barrera picks up a victory, defends his title. Masked Cougar not involved in the pinfall though, so we'll keep that one in mind going forward. Maybe that is a future title match with a bit of a grievance on Masked Cougar's part. Next up, we're going to bring down the heat a little bit, but not really that much. Obviously, 58 segment rating here. But Juliet Balconi is back from filming whatever she was filming, and she gets a nice little victory over Onslaught. Strong connection with the young female demographic, though, so she is definitely going to be pushed. She's getting some good reactions from the young girls in the audience. Then we're going to move into our two main events. The tag title match, once again trying to use this one as a steal the show, and it's done decent, 56. It's not stole the show, though. The undercarders stole the show. But the Beach Boys have retained their titles once again. Simon Waves pinning Waylon Walls. 56 rating for the segment. Crowd is buzzing, though, at the end of it. Crowd rating of only 25, but match rating overall, very good. And then we're going to have an angle, and another angle idea being an absolute failure. Never mind. 47 angle rating, though, in the end, not horrific. But basically, after calling out Frankie Perez last time for ducking his challengers, Frankie Boy Fernandez is looking forward to tonight's title versus title main event. He's going to prove he's the best Frankie in CZCW, the best champion, and then the best wrestler in independent wrestling today, because obviously he's going to win his title and wants to win the COT title as well. But we'll see how that goes in a second as we get into our main event, which has got a 79 rating. 79. Ignore everything else. That's incredible. I don't know if that is, incredible for everyone else's standards, but for us, 79, wow. So Frankie Boy Fernandez with the dirt nap in 24:48, so 25 minutes. Long enough, good. The best Frankie is Frankie Boy Fernandez. He's made his second events of the Coastal Zone Championship, and he's won the COT World title, so we can send him out around other territories as well to pick up some more experience. But a 76 rating for the wrestling, 79 for the segment. Just let that sink in. Our openness or popularity or whatever it's called these days is like a lot lower than 79. So that is going to help drag this show up even higher, drag our popularity up even higher. And let's just have a look. Overall show rating 66. We got a benefit from having a wide selection of angles, and obviously we know our production, our music, our live event experience a little bit worse than RIPW, but they're bankrolled by the SWF, so we're not going to be able to keep up with them. But that main event standing out as an absolute match of the year candidate for us. I don't know if we're going to be able to top that one, but we'll obviously try as the year goes on. 66 rating overall. We'll go through. We'll address the locker room. Let's just Frankie has called out for a great performance. Where's the other Frankie? You. No, that's Gabe Apex. You are praised for a great performance as well. And American Flash put in a great effort as well. We'll put him up there as well, given a compliment and a good performance. Make the speech. Everyone's going to be happy about that because we've not slagged anyone off. But excellent. Right, financial report. We've made some money. 23 grand again on the profit for the show. This is vindicating the idea of going for more shows through the year. We're going to make more money, hopefully increase those finances and do a bit more and be able to afford better production to make the shows even better. Victory cycle, that's what that's called. Popularity recap, everything's gone up. Our Southwest is up to 45. Southeast, Northwest, Midwest, Mid-South all going up one as well. Everywhere is boosted by being on WrestleWorld. Again, a couple of things in Canada jumping up as well, one level. But overall, all of those improvements in those 18 regions cannot go wrong at all. What a great show. No media scum needed. But a 66 overall rating for the show is fantastic. That is not going to be topped, I don't think, for a while, unless we start just spamming Frankie Boy Fernandez against Frankie Perez, because that is clearly working. We've got some other things moving around in the future that we're going to look to do at Uprising and beyond. And if we remember, if we go back through our... That's not the right page. If we go back through our events and TV, we've got Uprising and then Spring Break Bash before we get to our Riptide Rumble, which is a new event that I've introduced. And it's not going to be long until we're welcoming you to the Coastal Zone for our show that takes place over 2 nights, our season finale, the biggest show of the year. But it's Uprising coming up next in the next video. Look out for the card being dropped on the community page very soon. And I'll see you then. Thanks a lot for watching.